AMC shares fall 13% as movie theater chain announces stock sale. Movie theater chain and original meme stock AMC wants to boost liquidity in quotes in light of the low first quarter box office. The other day, we talked about Adam Aron's tweet as he tweeted, "Cash is king. The smartest thing AMC did to survive during these past turbulent years was to make sure we had corporate oxygen available to us." That oxygen for AMC, of course, being cash in the bank. So AMC just filed to sell up to $250 million in common stock, and that is why you're seeing a large drop in the stock price. This also points out that less than a week ago, when Citigroup, Barclays, B. Riley Securities, and Goldman Sachs likely had a private meeting, thinking AMC's debt was okay. Why would they have this meeting? This is probably why. Now, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing for AMC? We also have to talk about crazy numbers that came out with GameStop on the short exempt side of things. And I have to make an entire video on short exempts for some of you guys that don't know what those are and how they work. We also have to talk about Citadel and the cat and FTX. Overall, all I ask you guys to do is hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. We have entered into an equity distribution agreement with Citigroup Global Markets, Barclays Capital, B. Riley Securities, Goldman Sachs as our sales agents relating to the shares of our Class A common stock, par value 0.01. We may, through our sales agents, offer and sell from time to time our Class A common stock having an aggregate offering price of $250 million. The sales agents may act as agents on our behalf or purchase shares of our Class A common stock as principal. I'm going to tell you right now, this may not be AMC's last time diluting the share price. Is Adam Aron crook? Is this a bad thing? So first off, I want to say there has been several times where Adam Aron's timing is very, very odd. Putting that aside, AMC will need cash. It will need to raise capital eventually, right? We're safe for 2024. We're likely safe for 2025, but we do need to raise cash. That is number two. Secondly, I actually think this is a good thing, and the only reason I say that is because AMC's price is controlled and going down anyway. With that being said, if we were to hit the next earnings call, AMC's price probably would have dropped to around $365 anyway. And then at that point, Adam Aron wouldn't be able to sell shares to raise money. So I think he would have to sell them at a lower price, kind of like what happened with Ape. AMC dipped all the way down to about $3.62, now trading at $3.68, down 15% on the day. And as of right now, we hit this low a lot faster than we anticipated for AMC with the cycle that we have had drawn out. As of right now, I don't think this is going to be the very bottom for AMC, but it definitely could be if this cycle played out the way it has been tracking. With that being said, depending on the time frame and how long this takes, AMC would scale back higher a bit, back up to around 420 to 450, and then come back down and retest that low right around 360 before moving higher. Depending on the time frame, this is something that I will be recharting out. But there are a couple things that we got to talk about. First of all, the short interest, 15.49%, the highest we've seen in a long time for AMC. And then you come and you take a look at the numbers. Short exempt volume, back to back, almost 300,000 for 3 days, which is absolutely disgusting. Losing badly on the options chain, premium going to market makers like Citadel. Speaking of Citadel, we need to talk about what's happening with them. But real quick, GameStop is 1252, getting a sympathy move down about 5%. Or is this a sympathy move? We talked about how this sell-off on earnings is clearly a controlled sell-off, and I found the numbers absolutely disgusting. These short exempts on GameStop are usually 40,000 when they're extremely high to maybe 60,000 tops, right? Nope. We saw 354,898 short exempt volume. This should not be allowed in any sort of market, especially with the float that GameStop trades. This is something we have to point out, and I want you to go share this video somewhere right now. I don't care if it's on Twitter or your TikTok or your Instagram or your Snapchat. Go share this video. This is disgusting, and this should not be allowed to happen. I want to talk about what short sellers are doing real quick. They're targeting Reddit as the stock is selling off, so if you are in Reddit, be careful. We already knew that this was coming. They may be jumping into DJT, Trump's Truth Social platform, to bring it lower. However, I think eventually they will be exiting and DJT will be scaling higher coming closer to the election. So that's something to keep on your radar as well. And speaking of Reddit, even insiders are selling after the IPO, so be very careful. The CEO sold $16 million worth, the CTO sold $6 million, and the COO sold $16 million. Finally, FTX Sam Bankman-Fried sentenced to 25 years in prison for crypto fraud and to pay pay $11 billion in forfeiture. That is crazy. I think the likely reason that he was locked up and didn't actually get out of this situation like most criminals is because he's just a kid and he would probably expose a lot of crime. So I think the players that were playing the games with him that were on the low wanted this to happen. I don't necessarily think this was a good thing, even though all the stuff that he's done. Also, Robinhood has been down over the past 24 hours. Robinhood outages are spiking to highs. If you guys are having issues with Robinhood, let me know in the comments down below. Finally, the CAT system. Effective April 15th, the DTC will be adding tracking information to Fedwire security transfers. The CAT is coming soon, and Citadel does not like this. Big players do not like this. You can see down here, Citadel is creating a petition for the court to review of the order of the US SEC, yada, 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 trying to avoid the CAT. The CAT will expose all Ponzi schemes, and for this reason, people like Ken Griffin are scared of the CAT. Now, GDP, the final reading of the US Q4 2023 GDP came in at 3.4% above expectations of 3.2. This officially marks 6 consecutive quarters of positive GDP growth. We have not had 2 consecutive quarters declining GDP since Q2 of 2022. Is the Fed on track for a soft landing? Well, this is bullish for the market. The market is actually sideways on the day, trading at 523.24. Got a spike in volume on yesterday's move higher. We said there was going to be a bounce off this trend line. I ended up closing my calls just to be safe and take some profits off of the table, but I just want to let you know that this does still have a good shot at running higher. We just want to see the SPY kind of break that plateau of sideways trading today and hopefully break it to the upside. If it breaks to the downside, I would immediately take profits off of the table. But overall, that's where we're looking at for the market. We need to talk about Tesla, crypto, and then play after that. Tesla 176.46, testing this fib level right around 175.75. If we break below 175.75, I will be thinking about grabbing puts again in Tesla. And I'm also watching correlation with Apple. So just keep Tesla on your radar. Bitcoin breaking back above 70,000, up about 2%. Looking beautiful. As of right now, there's not much to say here. It is holding strong. We want to see volume pick back up. It's kind of fading off right at that 70K level, and there needs to be more momentum. There needs to be more buyers at 70K. Finally, Dogecoin just crossed 30 billion market cap for the first time in over 2 years. This thing is going parabolic, up about 16% on the day, and we had this move timed out perfectly. We said Dogecoin has a good shot at coming right up to 34 cents, and I don't think this is over. I just think you're going to see a resistance wall between 22 and 23 cents, and that is what you're hitting right now. So just watch that on Dogecoin, but I think it is going to continue to move higher. Last but not least, since the video is about Amc Dilution, I want to talk about Mara up 4%, testing the macro trend line, again, the descending trend line. And I want to state that if the cycles are any similar, Mara is going to get rejected any day now, and this is going to be it for the mining stocks. I just want to put that on your radar and tell you that. However, this doesn't have to be the case, but if Mara does break out, I don't think it's going to last too long. Okay, especially coming after the halving, it's not necessarily a solid thing for the miners. I just want to state that Mara does like to dilute, and if you're in this and you're just not taking profits off the table, you might end up holding bags. Overall, guys, let me know your thoughts on the dilution on AMC. My thoughts are AMC needs to raise cash, and if they're going to control it and drop it anyway, this is sort of the way to do it. I think the wick back here was a little odd on March 22nd, and then we wicked down today and got that dilution announcement. I think bigger players know what's happening before we know what's happening, including Adam Aron. And I also find weird correlation to when GameStop announces earnings and AMC ends up diluting. So I don't know. Of course, everything is a little bit odd, but as of right now, we just have to watch it. And I think there's going to be a ton of short exempts on this downside as well, them taking advantage of it. And this is just, the correlation for it to follow GameStop. It is what it is. This is exactly what we expect to happen. GameStop trying its hardest to not break below this channel at 1250. It wicked down a little while ago, came back up, and now it is building support off of it. Near future, I think GameStop's coming to 11. Get in the Discord, guys, if you want to know my trades as soon as I take them. Link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks as well as crypto. Coffee a month, level up your trading journey, post our gains, post our losses, and we have options trading alerts in there. And if you want to press the top link, open a Moomoo account and make a deposit. You guys can get up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2 grand per stock. Level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, and more. So do it before March is over. Again, that's the top link in the description for Moomoo. once you open an account and make a deposit, you will start earning benefits. Overall, guys, that is it. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.